Father, we thank you. As we go into your word today, righteous Father, we ask that you speak to us, that you glorify yourself, and your name is exalted. Father, honor your word. In Jesus' mighty name we have prayed. Come on, celebrate yourself. And now give it to the Lord. Celebrate Jesus. Celebrate Jesus. Celebrate Jesus. Yes. Glory to God. 1 Peter chapter 5, verse 7 to 10. Righteous Father, I ask that you breathe on your word and that you will speak to us. Let your name alone be exalted. Breathe on your word, glorify yourself. In Jesus' name. 1 Peter chapter 5, verse 7 to 10. One to go. Can we read together? By casting all your cares on him, because he cares for you. It is important that we as believers understand that the importance of casting our cares on God. It is important. We know that we give the things that bother us, that we surrender it to the Lord. By casting all your cares on him, because he cares for you. We need to understand that as long, can we get another translation? Let me see. 1 Peter 5, 7. It says, give all your worries and cares to God, for he cares about you. Give all your worries and cares to God, because he cares for you. God cares for you. And it is important we understand that as long, I was discussing with somebody yesterday. Was it yesterday or before yesterday? And the person was highlighting all these burdens and problems, the things he was going through, and he was highlighting it, and he was saying it. And I'm like, it is when you leave this world that you will never have any cares naturally. He said, casting all your care. All. You can't cast it on your husband. Your husband has cares. You can't cast all your cares on your wife. Even your wife has cares. No matter how hard your wife tries, she can never understand all your cares. No matter how hard your husband tries, he will never understand all your cares. And just in case you think that because you gave birth to a child, many of you have parents that sometimes they think you can't solve your parents' problem, and stop trying to be Alpha and Omega. And sometimes they have to realize that, because even you have problems. Somebody was saying to me, I heard somebody having a conversation, and they were having and the person was saying, they want to kill me. He was talking about his parents. Like, I sent 100,000. I sent this so amount to this person. I also have family now. No matter the amount you send to your family. Are you listening to me? You can't solve their problem. Especially, you can't solve their problem. So at the end of the day, everybody must cast their cares on God. Never give people a place in your life that The cares they want to cast on God, they are casting on you. Let them know that you yourself, you are not El Shaddai, you are not Elohim, you are not all in all. Never allow people put you in a place in their life that God should take, including your parents. Even your children, tell them to trust God. Tell your children to know how to trust God. A man of God was sharing how how his child wanted a good phone, and the child came to tell him about the phone. And he told her, go and talk to God. Go and talk to God. And the young girl said, okay, it was Reverend Albert Oduwole that was talking about it. Then he told the girl, go and talk to God about the phone. Then he went for a ministration, and somebody said, I don't know. The Lord told me to give you this phone, and this phone is for your daughter. And then he was jealous because the phone is bigger than the phone he's using. Then he took the phone to give the girl. And that was a major one for the young girl, the firstborn, because she now knows that, wow, truly God hears. Have you seen? Now we are in church, not just for anything. We are in church so that we can hear God's word. I hope you know some people now, they are browsing their phone. Somewhere at home, watching football, watching Tinubu, reading Tinubu's news, watching a soap opera, doing something with their time, not listening to message. No matter what, tell them to come to listen to church, to God's word. They will not come to church. They will not come because they feel that's the word they need. And now, when real challenges come or real challenges happen, they can't undo it. All of us will go through the cares of this world. All of us. As a pastor, this church can be the cares of this church can be care. Pastors have died because of cares. Even the assignment that God gave you can become burdensome if you don't know how to give it to God. A senior minister was speaking to me today. Are you ready to hear the gist? While welcome me, and he began to talk to me about how a prophet that used to invite told him and said to him, Pastor, you know how to preach. Oh. In fact, you preach better than me. But this church will not grow if you continue like this. I have solution for the church to grow. I love you. You know I love you. It started with you know I love you. Have you watched movies like that? Professor Dinley. His real life. He was telling me today. Just today. The man of God is in Lagos. And he said, he kept listening. The guy said, I will take you to a woman who will do a ritual for you. The only thing you'll be using to renew this ritual is to be having sex. That's why you see some men of God, they are having sex. It's some of the sex they are having. It's not just for fun. There are pastors that have weakness, but there's a crop of ministers. Many of them are having scandal, sex. They are not just sleeping with ladies because of let's make love and because you are beautiful. It's a renewer. So they must have sex. No matter the scandal, no matter what you preach, no matter how you attack them, they must have sex. Wow. He said he blocked his number, he cut off from me. But I hope you know, the devil saw a need that the church was not most likely like, and he began to mention the names of prominent people who have done that very thing. I get what I'm saying? He mentioned another man of God that the only thing the man preached is faith to. Fantastic teacher of God's word. He said, yes. I said, I don't want to hear. You see, it's just better for me now to hear the name. I don't want to know the names. These days, I don't want to know things again. It affects. It's better not to just know. I don't want to know names. Because you'll be shocked and you can. It's not nice. He said he took the man. They went to a field, they bought a land and all of that. And the man said, Pastor, so, Emila yeta o, Shela yeta. Only, sir, what did you say? Emila yeta o. Táwọn boys bá gbé bọ́ndé mo ready o, kò sí ọkàn o. Why do men derail? Men derail because of the cares of this world. Oh, you have been pastoring a church. There's an ambition. You want it to be so numbers. You can even be pastoring 500, but you want 10,000. Or pastoring 300 or 200. You have friends that are now having thousands. And you want to be able to say, me too, I'm pastoring so thing. There you go that route. You want to drive G-Wagon. You want to drive some class of cars. And because of that, you now want to join certain things. What of married women? Many married women have slept with another man because of what? The cares of this world. Not just married women. Many married men too. Because it's not just women that face attack. Many married men too have slept with another woman because the woman is a boss. And not sleeping with him, not sleeping with her, will mean that you lose your job. So if you are working in First Bank and the MD of the bank is a woman, and the woman asks you out and tells you that if you don't sleep with me, you will lose your job, what will you do? I hope you know the cares of this world will come. The first attack will be what? The care, the troubles, the worries, the troubles of life. So we have been admonished by God to ensure that we cast all our cares on God. He says, give all your worries and cares to God. If you think you will ever have a life where there will be nothing to worry about, you are lying. All the people you know have something to worry about. The difference is some don't give it to God, some give it to God. At a certain stage in your life, it is house rent. At a certain stage, it is car. At a certain stage, it is fuel. At a certain stage, it is your children's school fees. Somebody was gisting with me yesterday in Lagos, and we were talking. A woman. And she was telling me her case. That she's believing God for, she wants to pay her children's school fees. One in the US. One, I said, that you can't even believe God. That you are She's believing God for our daughter's school fees in the US, another one in Guinea. And I'm like, hey, that you can even be paid, that you can be believing God for it is breakthrough already. And right there, she was sharing with me, our pastor, my friend would just call me, say, my Vivian, take this 15 million naira. I will ask her, what should I do with it? Just take it. I'm like, hey. She has a friend. She's not sowing seed. She's not sowing seed. She has a friend that can give her 15 million, 10 million naira as gifts. I looked at her. I said, I hope you know this is the goodness of it. She said, I know, but you know. Then she said, Pastor, how that thing happened though? Eh? They booked business class for me. I said, hey! She was now saying that, but when they booked the business class for her, she was now saying, the money you used to book this business class, you should have given it to me now. I will use it for, I said, Because they didn't book two way, they booked only one way. I said, if God can move them to pay for business class for you to come to the US, just to visit them, who told you they will not pay for you when you are going back? She was not looking at me. I said, business class. Even business class to Abuja, you know how much it is. Business class to US in this economy. We're gisting. I now said to myself, even the rich, they are complaining. This woman is already a rich woman. What else? She has gone to US today like this. She will see her daughter. But even with the big car and all of that, are you following what I'm saying? She still has cares because you can't graduate. Your next level you are praying for, there will still be cares. Your next level, I can't wait for us to just rent another better house. Okay, Gbokpa. When you get to Gbokpa, thank God, first month, first 2 months, you are celebrating God. Father, thank you. After like 5 months, Pastor, this house is not it. We need to move. I can't wait for us to just get to Onireke. Onireke. If you get to Onireke, after some months, you are like asking God, what next? They just gave you a wonderful house. After 10 years, you are looking forward to something new. When they give you a brand new car, Lexus Land Cruiser 2021 or 2023, every day when you wake up like this, that my car, today like, I've looked at that my car again. I say, every day I'm looking at my car, I'm like, oh God. But I hope you know, the day they give me another car, I won't see it again. How many of you, they're giving you a new shoe and you don't remember your former best shoe? Has it happened to you before? That there was this shoe you loved so much until they gave you, there's this brown shoe that you guys just gave me now. That's my latest best shoe. Am I communicating here? It says, cast all your cares upon him. It says, for he careth for you. Favor. You can't graduate from it. You just have to know how to give God all the worries, all the troubles. When I was in school, the only care I had was exam and pocket money. Yes or no? Now, I have moved up, but my cares has multiplied. If your cares has multiplied than last 10 years ago, raise up your hand. You thought you had serious trouble 10 years ago, but now Do you have more troubles? Do you have more worries? Raise up your hand. You have more worries? Raise up your hand. Uh, before you had a girl, before you had a babe, your worry is zero. Before you had a guy, your worry is zero. Let the guy show up, worries will multiply. Oh, children, oh, fruit of the womb. When the children appear and they show up, you are not talking about good schools you want to put them. Worries again will multiply. And the children are going to resume in September, and they are going to resume in this. You will remember again. You will not begin to, okay, this is what your parents were going through. Whether good or bad, this life, you can't escape worries. Are you following what I'm saying? You can't escape worries. And what you are, some of the things you are praying for, some of you, if you have, somebody was saying, God, I ought to have married, blah, 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 blah. Today, the lady was sharing with me her testimony. She met this young guy in the UK who is a British citizen, also an American citizen. Are you listening to me? The guy is a Christian, and she was sharing she told me the mother is not based in Nigeria, the mother is based in the US. And she was telling me and all the things she was telling me about everything, good. I was now looking at it like, this girl was crying years ago. Are you following me? That she did not have anybody. Are you following me? To marry her. Are you getting what I'm saying? But she gave all her cares to the Lord. And by the time the guy showed up, are you following me? She had forgotten all her sorrow. You can't graduate from cares. Stop. Don't give me your cares. You can't. Delight should not give me her cares. I will not raise myself for her to give me her cares. Well, Daddy, I need to go and talk to God. I can't disappoint you. It says, casting all your care upon him, for he careth for you. This evening, I need you to realize, my brother, my sister, care is constant. It is what you do with your cares that matter. When my dad called me and he's saying, I'm laughing. When my mom is saying her own, I'm laughing. When everybody is saying their own, I'm laughing. Because you cannot, nobody can turn me to dustbin, what they call it. There's a way you can receive all the cares of people and you become a dumping basket. So what I do is, as they give me, I encourage them, I forget about it. I don't think too much about, because I'm not God. I can't solve everybody's problem. What I can do for you or anybody is to intercede. Say intercede. Can girls talk to God about it? God help them. Because some of you too, in the process of trying to solve every man's problem, you enter into more trouble. How many of you have spoken to somebody before and then after they spoke with you, your mood changed? Because at that point, you are trying to be in the position of God. Like you are Messiah. You are not Messiah. He says, cast all your care upon him, for he careth for you. Oh, I want to do wedding. Our bills is 50 million, 5 million. What do I do? Let's trust God. Oh, I'm believing God for our strength. Let's trust God. I'm believing God for this. Let's trust God. He's a faithful God. Even the person you are talking to, ask yes. All the people you are looking at that are driving big cars, you are saying, oh, my uncle, my auntie. If they tell you their own care, some of them I'm privileged to sit on some tables, you'll be hearing several debts. You don't even have debt. They'll be showing you figures, 10 million debt, 20 million debt, 30 million naira debt. Some of them cannot sleep because of their debt, but when you see them in parties, they wear good clothes. You don't know what they are facing. So, Are you listening to me, everybody? Tell somebody beside you, say, give all your cares to God. Stand up and tell somebody, say, give all your cares to God. And that's what I mean, simply mean is give all your worries to God. Early this morning, myself and my wife, we spoke for hours. Hours. And we began to talk and talk and talk and talk and talk. The same way we used to talk in before our marriage. Analyze, scrutinize. One thing is constant. We have been praying and fasting, sowing seed and all of that. It has not stopped the case. We have just progressed. And I tell you, in 2032, we still have worries. The only thing is that we would have progressed more. Am I communicating here? Because you have challenges. There will be troubles. Oh, I want to be like Ibiobe. Do you want to face Ibiobe's trouble? I want to be Dangote. Do you want Dangote's trouble? I like Pastor Vineta. That man is a great man of God. I just like him. See him on the billboard. That guy is blessed. Oh, come and take it. I mean, just come and take the cares. Come and take the burdens. Come and take it and see how good it is. How sweet it is to be my shoe. I want to be people like that and say, oh yes, come and take it. No matter how everybody pray for you, they can't even understand you. Because at the end of the day, now you know where the thing they pick you. Even me, I can't understand you finish. You are the one that know yourself. Cast all your cares upon God. Some people are shouting against Sisoi. Those guys, have you seen that? They argue with you now. They don't. Muslims, the serious Muslims, they don't. Tinubu has money in the church. I hope you know. He sows to the church. It's not like they are wasting money. It's a seed. They want their sacrifice on our altar because they know that there's something about that altar. Romans chapter 8, verse 35. Romans 8:35. Who shall separate us from the love of Christ? Shall tribulation or distress or persecution or famine or nakedness or peril or sword? Verse 36. As it is written, for thy sake we are killed all day long, we are counted as sheep for the slaughter. Verse 37. Nay, in all these things we are more than conquerors through him that loved us. Friends, my brother, my sister, in all these things we are more than conquerors. If I tell you what you are going through, you have list. Am I right? Some of you, what you are believing God for is 100,000 naira. Today I came across Reverend Yinka Yusuf post. You know what he said? He said on his wedding day, he had saving of 16,000 naira for his wedding. Then God told him to go and sow the money. So he didn't have money for wedding. He borrowed suit. He borrowed what? He didn't have house to live. You know when you are smiling with your bride, now we have married though, but they don't know where they are going to go, but both of them were smiling. They don't know the house they will sleep. But they were smiling. I said, this testimony is serious past my own. No testimonies are in grade. So it means as they were smiling, there was care. There was serious trouble. You don't understand. Who will come and stand beside you? Come. I mean, you understand what I'm talking about? After wedding, like it's not before wedding. So husband and wife, they were smiling. I saw the picture. I can show you. They were smiling. They didn't have house. They didn't know the place they were going to go. When we were smiling, we already have house. I said, these fathers, they know something. Story past story. My own, before wedding, I didn't have house. It was during wedding, during the planning, the house came. But this one, he had saving. Me, I didn't even have saving before. He had saving. God told him to give him. He now borrows. I didn't borrow suit on my wedding. He said he borrowed clothes. He borrowed everything. He was now smiling with his wife. That's faith. Smiling when you don't have home and you are going. Like, that's faith. Let me tell you. Your faith is reviewed in the moment of trouble. Stop talking about faith when we cannot see how you react in trouble period. How do you react when there's trouble? How do you react when it's like everybody around you is making progress and it looks like your life is stagnant? It takes faith. You have 5 friends in ministry. It looks like all of them is making progress, yet you are just there doing somehow. And yet, but you study the Bible, you know that nothing is wrong with you. It's not like your head is not correct. It's just a face. And you are not losing your joy. You are smiling. You are happy. Believing God. Now does not mean you are not casting out devil. You are praying. You are believing God. You are dancing. But you are not losing your joy. That's not normal. Today, this man I'm talking about is giving people latest car. He and his wife, they are traveling to the best of, they are traveling everywhere. God has blessed them. I said, come on. Come on. Come on. Today, I saw that thing today. I said, that story, it encouraged me. I came across another video where Pastor Pojo Imade was saying that, truthfully, years ago, he was doubting his call. Because suffering. You know what? You know how you doubt your call. Every man you see on the limelight today, I'm not talking of those first posts, not Ojumeje category. Men that God truly raised, they have their moments of doubt. Their moment of worries. Their moment when they stole something from them, they lost things. There's a father of faith that's relocated abroad. Yesterday I heard the full gist. They said the kidnappers kidnapped Baba. Baba made up his mind, it's not coming to Nigeria. I said, Kidnappers kidnapped him. And they said kidnappers kidnapped him, and the man made up his mind. I heard several gists today. The man made up his mind that it's time to leave Nigeria. And I said to him, I can't be at that level and I will not have police. I will have escort on front, escort at the back. I've always been saying it. Some people want you dead, even if you don't want them dead. So you must protect yourself, even though you're a good man. Can we continue? Cast your cares on God. There will be troubles. There will be things you never planned to happen that will just show up. And I tell you, this year is the best year, but I have entered several troubles. Several troubles. Go back to verse. Yes, Who shall separate us from? So, the love of Christ is constant. Yet, even in that love of Christ, with that love of Christ, tribulation day, I face distress. There is famine. I face famine. Don't think I've not faced famine. Yes, in all things we have sufficiency. Sometimes there's no food in the house. Are you listening to me? Who understand what I'm talking about? We eat every day. There's no day we have not eaten. But there are days you believe God for what to eat. Am I communicating here? Because sometimes when we don't share these things, when you are spending millions, sometimes, but you are the last person in the equation. That's why don't marry a man of God if you don't have the heart for it. It's so easy to say, I love you, I love you. Kingdom come first all the time and all the time and all the time and all the time and all the time, and you come last. My wife was discussing with me, said, Pastor, we have to now begin to look at savings. I said, which savings? Savings, they can be teaching you savings, but I don't know how savings can work for me. How will savings work for me? No, let's be sincere. For now, it will work later, but not now. I will not deceive you, because except you don't have serious vision, that's when you'll be talking about savings now. You're a poor man, you are talking about saving. What can saving do for you? Maybe the kind of vision. So you want to do a $10 million business, and you want to save to do it. So you're into real estate and you want to develop cities, and you want to save money to develop cities. You want to get you now, look at you. You want to start a serious company. Eh? And you want to save with your salary. You are laughing. You want to save. Just know you are deceiving yourself. That savings, tell yourself, I'm surviving. Say, I'm surviving. I'm talking to you. You know you are the one I'm talking to. You are surviving. You are not saving. Because you can't have savings. And your saving cannot do any serious. You can't even buy one equipment for your business. You want to do media company, or you want to start a media company. The people I'm talking to, they know. You now start saving. Now. Maybe you buy that 200,000 camera. The kind of camera they were using to snap me at Adewumi's wedding. That was very blurry. You know, there are different kinds of camera. The camera that my phone is better than. You know that they will just be snapping at your yeah, you can save to buy that one. But camera of 15 million, 20 million naira. I don't know the savings you want to save now that will do it. I'm not against savings, but you save when you know. Don't misquote me. I'm not against savings. I'm just saying there are visions you have that you just automatically know these savings cannot do it. When I was, I'm your pastor and I'll be sincere with you. Which saving can do the marriage I did? What work was I doing that savings will do it? You know me, I'm a, what work? Which savings will pay my rent? I don't know. So I told my wife, I said, for us, savings can't work. It can work for your family, but that will see family. When savings will start working, we will know. Oh, you have 10 billion, then you are not saving. So I heard the man of God saying, you have to save. I look at the man of God. He's not doing anything serious. My daddy did not give me 10,000 naira for ministry. I didn't collect 10,000 naira from my father to start ministry. I didn't ride on anybody's shoulder to become anything, what God is doing now. There's nobody that gave me money. It was purely faith. So, if you have a father that, you You have a sponsor that can send you 1,500,000. You know, but we that started on 100% faith. Don't tell us what we know. We know the roadmap. Is 100% God and nothing else. So you are planning a program, and I want to now start savings for the program. This year we wouldn't have done anything serious. If I give analysis of what we have done this year, it is not mathematical. 1 + 1 cannot do it. Say 1 + 1 cannot do it. Which service will take me to VIA in this October? We are just giving ourselves to God, and God is opening doors. Am I communicating here? If you're a salary earner and you are earning 1,500,000, save. But you are earning 50,000, you are saving. I don't know what you are saving for. It's better to be emptying every your account. Just be giving to God and say, God, open door for me. Let my life change. Let my life change. Let my life change. I'm telling you the truth. I look back and I'm like asking myself, those 20,000, there was a time 20,000 was my income. All those, if I was just eating those money. When husband and wife marry, tell yourself, is this time the time for savings? Be sincere. There is a time that, if you are in UK or US or Canada, please save. Listen to me. That the economy there is different from where we are here. That's why I can't stay there. I can't be based there. Every month your house rent, they will knock at your door. Benga down. Even if I'm living in US, I can't save. But I'm talking about my own family structure. This particular one is not general. I have to be careful. Down see family is what I'm telling you. Bible is not against saving, so. But I just know that all the people that they have been talking to save, I've not seen them become billionaires. Because most of your billionaires, when all the things they did it through crazy steps, crazy moves. So there's a way you teach people to be saving and they will become small. Because they are not risk takers. You cannot be talking about saying you are telling your people to be careful. Too careful until they become nothing. It's a different thing when you are earning 2 million naira monthly and you don't have saving. In this kind of country, you are a stupid man. Like you have salary, even if you are earning 500,000, you have a system. Maybe let's say 50K or 100K goes to somewhere. It's not bad. And sometimes God can say, bring me home. Not a big deal. But me, being down here and hear me sit down here, this is clear in my own family. And you might not decide to do. I was talking with somebody I researched, one person was saying, my own policies, 20% to God. This 40 or something, 60% to God. I said, thank you, sir. I told myself, it's not yet time to start this policy. If I start this policy, I'll be small in life. Now, it's 60% to God. 70% to God, 30% for us. When I get to some point, are you following me? We'll review. All these men at the top that we are celebrating, it's not savings that took them there. They are now saving. I'm not saying they are not saving now. Many of them have savings, but in the early days, which savings? Many of them, when they were doing Congress, many of these Congress camp, they were owing. When they are traveling, it's a lot of risk. You don't even know whether they will see money. But now you see them, they are not talking about it. And the problem is, sometimes we hear the message that we hear a message from people that have been made. We don't hear the message they were preaching when they were nothing. Then we are now running. That's why it's not working. It's not working. We have to tell ourselves, it's not. Me, I'm helping your brain. Should in case there's because I'm telling you, I have to have a lead business meeting with my guys and teach them principles. Don't start saving when you should be giving. Don't start saving when you should be investing in your business. When I'm talking about giving, I'm not just talking about giving to God. I'm talking about giving to your vision also. Do you understand me? There's a time that when you start a business, are you following me? It's not time to be buying clothes. It's not time to be buying wig. It's time to invest back. It's a different thing when you are making 100,000 sales in your business and you are pouring it back. I won't call that saving. You are investing back. It's not savings. I get what I'm saying. You are investing back in your business. But even at that, you will know that you still need God. That's why. Let me leave that. If you get what I'm talking, raise up your hand. I'm telling you. I have always had the money that can buy me a car. It's this mentality that delivered me. Oh, you think I don't have money to buy a car? For years now. You know how much I used to spend on Uber at some point? With 2 months or 3 months installment, there was a time car was 1.3 in this Lagos. Yeah, I say Lagos, Ibadan. 1.3, 1.4, 1.5 Corolla. There was this car my sister Taiwo was driving. How much is that car? There was a time in this country, the car was 1.5, 1.7, 1.8. Those kind of cars, I'm telling you, if I wanted to, worse, you do 3 installments. Yes or no? You pay 500, you pay 500, you pay 700. Am I communicating? And it will not be difficult to pay. But I told myself, is it not better to give to God, focus on God, and let Him fight your battle for you? Let Him give you the best. Is it not better to give to God, give to your vision, sow to your vision, sow to your dream? Some of the money you ought to use to buy clothes or buy shoes, put it back in your business. Don't keep it somewhere and be saying with this currency that is always dropping. If you have 5 million naira in the account last year and you have saved it, the value has dropped, yes or no? I'm talking to you about savings. Savings. May you be delivered from some stupid mentality. Have you seen people that are earning 70,000 and they are talking about savings? It hurts me more. It hurts me. I wish like I can slap them. I just can't slap them. You are earning 70,000, you are talking about savings. You are working and you are going back into debt, into debt, into debt, into debt, into debt, into debt, and you are not thinking. There's a kind of job you will take. If I have a sister or a brother, my brother, I just got a job. How much is the salary? When you tell me the salary, I can tell how you think about yourself. I can tell your value. Some people don't have value. Why? I'm getting a job of. I can tell how you think about yourself. But if you tell me, sir, I'm learning how to make tiles, and I'm not collecting money, I know your age is correct. Oh, I'm learning fashion designing. I'm trekking every day. They're not paying me, but I'm learning. I know your head is correct. Yeah, there's a kind of thing you are doing. Am I communicating here? We just know your head is correct. And there's a kind of job, because I won't lie to you, you will not graduate from cares and worries with some kind of volition. What is this volition? No. Volition? Is volition correct? No. Vocation. There's a kind of work you choose. There's a kind of work you choose that you will never graduate from worry and sleepless nights. The resources that is needed to fuel your vision or to fund your vision most time you are not the one that will release it. It's in somebody's hand. So this is what happens. You must be able to build something for you to get to the next level, whether ministry, whether business or anything, on your own accord. The reason why people can follow Benga Downs Ministry International or the setup or whatever we have done is because at some point, when it was just me, I was able to carry it in such a way that others began to see that this thing has a future. Whatever you are doing, ensure that on your own accord, firstly, it starts with you. You drive that vision to a point that others can be convinced that you know what you are doing. So the initial stage of your vision is to make sure that others can see that you know what you are doing. Let me give you an example. Can I tell you the truth? Some of you have no, if not for, except you are a family man and you have responsibility. Some of us have no business stressing ourselves. We just need to master certain trade and go and serve some people for some years and have a bargaining structure that will serve you for 3 years, so years, and then you will sponsor me. Is that not what the Igbos do? Look at me. There are different ways to raise funds. It's your sole responsibility as the visionaire to master the craft, the skill of raising funds for your vision. This is the reason why career men will never understand why sometimes when you are working for someone, you feel the man is stingy. So you saw 100 million flow into the account of the business and you are wondering they just paid you 100,000. So you expect him to give you the profit of the business. You don't know that sometimes that money is not his money. It might be loan. Sometimes that money is going to other things. Am I communicating here? Because you, whether there's sales or there's no sales, you can leave the company. He can't leave. It is his responsibility to drive. Your work, primarily as a visionary, is to attract funds to your business. Am I communicating here? And how do you attract funds? You must know how to attract the right kind of men that can give you funding for your business. So this is it. So let me give you an example. There are people you share some ideas with, they will never support you. You are the one that think they should. It will make sense to them. But as you are saying, it doesn't make sense to them. I hope you know, you must first process an idea and have a clear-cut answer to the question of how an investor will make his money. If you have not answered that question of how your investor will make his money back, forget investment. So the first way you answer your idea is this. This idea I'm giving, if I have 20 million naira, can I put money in it and somebody is sharing this idea with me? Can I put my money into it? Listen to me. You will face troubles with your ideas. Serious troubles. But you must solve the troubles. How do you solve the troubles? You solve the troubles by faith, one. Number two, by making sure certain entities believe in you. That's that. The other side to this is that some of us can also raise funds by service. That you can serve somebody for so number of years. Are you following what I'm saying? And then I have agreement that after I serve you, are you listening to me? You will empower me to start my vision. Am I communicating here? Because even so many times, it's not wise to start a business with low. The pressure is enormous. Am I communicating here? In fact, you don't want, when they invest with you, you want them to invest in such a way that they are not pressurizing you. The investment that comes with pressure and that can lead to prison. Not everybody that has problem with their investor stole the money. It just didn't work. What did I say? So somebody gave you 20 million naira to invest and you sign. And this thing, the person said, if you do not give me my money back in the agreement, we are going to go to jail. But because you are desperate for sales, and you have thought it in your head that business is 1 + 1 is equal to 2 and all of that, you went into the agreement only for the business not to be working. What will happen? You will go to prison. Solve the problem that you will encounter by criticizing your ideas, depending on the Holy Ghost, and trusting God for the right man that God has sent. There are things that will not happen in your business except God opens the door. May the Lord give you understanding. Do you know how some men blew is that they knew how to do amala? They know how to steer amala. And as they began to do it consistently on social media, they blew up. Just be innovative, be intentional. Make sure the people that need to see you see you. What do you need? I tell you. Start with telling people, get contractors that give people job to cook. Some of them, get them and tell them you want them to give you contract for free, that you are not collecting money. 1 month, 2 months, let them test your work. By the time you give them a value, because nobody can just tell them, give me my transport fee, I'm okay. I'm not. You will get some things. Fashion designer. Going everywhere to learn fashion will not solve the matter. Get a quality fashion designer that knows how to do something extraordinary. Go there and learn. After you have learned, the next thing is capital. Pray that God give you somebody that believes in you, that can invest in you. And if you don't have anybody that can invest in you, start where you are and start posting what you are doing. All these big names started with nothing, but they were sure of where they were going, but they didn't allow money to limit them. But can I tell you the truth? Business has troubles. That's where we are going. Enormous troubles. And in all of the journey of the troubles, you must know how to give it to God. Because when you are surrounded with a trouble like this, what do? Father, what should I do? Father, I give it all to you. Lead me, teach me. If not, you will suffer. as a home of success, I tell you, criticize your ideas, brainstorm, and prayerfully ask questions on how do I solve. When you are faced with an impossibility, don't believe it is so. Believe there is a way. Say there is a way. Tell 7 people that their head is correct about your ideas and tell them to critique it. Don't deceive yourself that you are smart. Let them critique it and take correction. Sometimes from the critique you can tell that you are stupid. Then you move on. You just say this idea is not worth it. I was just deceiving myself. Then you move to the next thing. Some of us, what we need is the Igbo style of wealth. Just go and learn spare parts. Go and learn how to make tires. Go and learn how to supply something. Supply and distribute. Go and meet people. There's a problem. Tell them you will supply this thing and this and this. Am I communicating here? Know how to import. Know how to. Are you following what I'm saying? Know how to make deals. Know how to negotiate. And let the Lord lead you. And you'll be blessed. Sit down. What can you do in this market that will thrive? Money answers to problems that you are solving. Somebody says, I want to solve food problem. Do you know you can know how to cook and nobody is coming to eat in your eatery? Before you invest in any business, have somebody doing what you are doing that have answered some questions for you. Or you go there to work with the person and learn. Don't just do one research institute analysis about business and then you are in debt. You cannot be a friend that is doing dry cleaning and you start dry cleaning and then you are in debt and you are tired. If you understand, raise up your hand. Get a mentor in your field. How do you get a mentor? Intentionally look for them. And be a wise person too. Don't go to your mentor empty-handed. Pray that your mentor receives you wisely. You want to start a cleaning company, the first thing you do in that period is to start learning it. Not that you'll be doing Ogato Mokoko. So what do you do? After you have learned it, you volunteer yourself to be going to the dry cleaning business every day to see, because that is how your staff will take you serious. Am I communicating here? Then you learn from the person that is doing well, how they treat their staff. Then you ask yourself, how can I be better than this person? Am I communicating here? You want to start food business? Go and volunteer where they are selling food. Watch their strategy, how they prepare the food, how they get customers. Learn! There's always something you don't know from the outside until you get inside. Is that clear? Is that clear? But you will face troubles. And these troubles, these worries, you must give it to God. These troubles is why some people have failed in business. And this is why some people have succeeded in business. It can start with you have a brand but you don't have shop for it. And then how do you crack how to get shop for your business? Then you now have to sit down and begin to ask questions. How do I raise funds for this business? So I end with this. At the end of the day, you can never be above the quality of relationships in your life. Whether customer, if you start business and you don't have some kind of customers, no matter how much you can cook, nobody will come and patronize you. I hope you know. The woman I saw, I was with the woman yesterday, she's a caterer. Right there, she was telling me, she was discussing with us the kind of people she was cooking for. I can't mention their names. Because they told her to sign an agreement that it will not go out. How did she get there? Somebody recommended her. So there's a way you can start a business and they will invest money in you and you will fail the people that invested in you. Because you don't have the relationship that can back up that what? That business. So I want to end it with this. And most of your worries and troubles is because you don't have the gift of a man. There's a man that will come to your life and you will not worry again about certain matters. In 1 minute, Father, say, Father, give me the relationship that will end my worries, that will bring answers to my questions. Can you pray that prayer? Father, bring me the relationship that will bring answers to my questions, answers to my questions. A relationship that will bring an end to my worries and troubles. There's a man God sent that because of the man you will not have to worry about certain things again. Because after we have spoken of the grammar about business, realize that without the gift of certain relationships, you won't have the right clients, you won't have the right investors. May the Lord answer our prayers in Jesus' name. Can we bring out our offerings? Are we blessed today? Are we blessed today?